Hi, I'm Lexi. I'm in the US. And welcome to dinner. I am just starting to make my own dinner and I am making my new favorite soup. And I wanted to bring you guys along and show you how to make it because this is yummy. So I'm going to start with this frozen shredded chicken. And if you've been watching along, I made this chicken a few days ago and put it in the freezer. I got 4 bags of it so that I could use shredded chicken easily in future meals, and I'm counting this as easily. That goes in first, and then this is the water that I had boiled said chicken in. So basically it's a pretty weak chicken broth, but we're just going to start with that because I didn't want to waste this. I am going to put this on the stove to heat up while we do the next bit. You'll find that this is a pretty easy soup. For the most part, it's dump and go. The only thing that we really have to chop is an onion. And I'm going to go ahead and chop up this whole onion. You've seen me chop an onion before several times by now if you've been watching for a while. And this is like any other onion. We're just going to do a small dice on it. This came apart a little bit. That's going to make it a little harder, but we'll manage. Do the hard part first. Oh, that is right. These are the onions from the grocery store when the onions make my eyes water. Not the grocery store where the onions don't make my eyes water. Can anyone explain that? Why onions from one store will make my eyes water and not onions from the other store? Let me know that one down below if you have any ideas. I want to let that chicken thaw... Sorry, eyeballs. I want to let that chicken thaw out before I add in these onions, so I'll see you in a few minutes. Alright, so the chicken is thawed and hot, and judging from how much broth is in here, and how much chicken and how much other stuff I'm going to add, I'm going to add another almost a quart of water. If you have chicken broth at this point, use chicken broth. The reason I'm not is because I have this chicken bouillon powder that I want to use up. I bought it for a recipe for something specific, and I don't cook with it. I don't like to cook with it. So if I don't make a point of using it, it's just going to sit forever. So I'm going to use it in this so that it will go away. To this I'm going to add that onion. And then I'm going to start with about half a can of corn and see what that looks like. I'm using a fork so that I don't get the corn liquid, I just get the corn kernels. Little bit more. That looks good. And then this is a jar of roasted salsa verde, And it's the liquidized kind, not the chunky kind. If you're buying this at a store instead of making it. Give that a stir again. And then I'm also going to add 2 cans of black beans, but I want to rinse these before I dump them in here. That way I don't muck all this up with the liquid that's in here. So I'm going to do that over at the sink. So I'm going to put those black beans in and let this cook for a bit, and then there's only one more thing to add. So I'll see you back to do that in a few minutes. Alrighty. I've got the black beans in here, and I lied, there's 2 more things we need to add. This is that garlic that we also processed the same day that we did this shredded chicken. And I'm just gonna throw 1 lump in there. And then put this back in the freezer. And then the last ingredient, the last ingredient that I meant when I said there's 1 thing left to add, is some cream cheese. I don't usually add cream cheese to recipes, and my first inclination would have normally been to add sour cream to this. But the first time I made it, I had a block of cream cheese chilling in the fridge, half a block, that wasn't gonna end up with anything done with it, and it needed to get used up. So I threw it in this, and it was delicious. Last time I used half a block, but last time I also had less soup. I believe I started with less chicken and I only had 1 can of black beans. And I had since decided that we needed more black beans in this. So I'm gonna go ahead and add in the whole block. I said the soup was good. I didn't say it was incredibly healthy. So this is gonna go back on the heat and just stir it until the cream cheese melts. It shouldn't take that long. And then go ahead and let it cook until these onions are tender. I can tell they still have a fair bit of texture to them. Now, if you want this spicier, you can add a can of diced chilies, and that would be absolutely delicious. I just don't want it quite that spicy today. But I'm gonna put this back on the heat, and I'll see you back when it's time to taste it. This looks absolutely delicious. And it's soup. I can't really tip it, but I did take a picture, which I will insert. And this is very hot still, but looks so good. Let's find myself the perfect bite. I know I did that whole video on soups last year, and I'll link that one down below. But this, I really do think this is my favorite that I've ever made. This is so good. If you need something new for dinner, give this a shot. I think you'll be happy with it. Now, I'm going to go enjoy my dinner, and if you could give the video a like and subscribe if you haven't already, I'd really appreciate it. And as always, I'll see you next time. Bye!